On February 8, 2014, earning $50,000 a day in ad revenue and sitting at #1 on the App Store in 100 countries, a 28-year-old indie developer in Hanoi sent a single tweet. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. He had accidentally won the lottery of the digital age. Then, he chose to burn the winning ticket. Why did a man who built a digital gold mine sacrifice a fortune to destroy it? And could he ever truly escape the monster he coded over a single weekend? What followed was a psychological nightmare. Thousands of daily death threats from addicted players. A frantic black market selling used iPhones for $90,000. And a silent 10-year wait for a corporate hijacking that proves dead apps don't stay dead. To understand how the trap snapped shut, we have to follow the code to where it was written. It is May 2013. Our protagonist is a 28-year-old developer named Dong Nguyen. Dong had a fatal flaw for a man about to become world famous. He possessed a deep, uncompromising desire for a quiet, invisible life. He didn't want venture capital. He didn't want Silicon Valley. He just wanted to make simple games in his bedroom after work. Over a single weekend, in just 2 to 3 days, he coded a new app. He recycled a pixelated bird asset he had drawn a year prior. He added green pipes that looked suspiciously like a certain famous plumbing game. And he implemented a brutal, physics-based mechanic where one tap sent the bird up, and gravity violently pulled it down. He called it Flap Flap, later renamed Flappy Bird. On May 24, 2013, he pushed it to the iOS App Store, and the world reacted exactly how you would expect, with total silence. For 8 long months, the app sat completely dead, a digital ghost occupying a few megabytes on Apple's servers. But in early 2014, something inexplicable happened. A sudden, unexplained algorithmic spike caught hold. To this day, nobody knows exactly who started it. A Reddit post, a frustrated YouTuber, a random joke that spiraled. But suddenly, the game rocketed up the charts. 50 million downloads. And because Dong had placed a simple advertising banner at the top of the screen, those deaths monetized. Every time a player crashed into a pipe, Dong got paid. By February 2014, that little banner ad was generating an astronomical figure. $50,000 every single day. To put that in perspective, an average yearly salary in Vietnam at the time was around $1,700. Dong was making that every 49 minutes. If you want to know how other empires monetized attention on this scale, Built and Broken takes one apart every week. But as the money flooded in, Dong wasn't popping champagne. He was hiding from paparazzi outside his parents' house in Hanoi, completely unable to sleep. The game was designed for a few minutes of relaxed tapping, but the brutal difficulty triggered mass addiction. It hijacked the dopamine receptors of millions. People weren't just playing it, they were enraged by it. Dong's inbox became a dark, toxic wasteland. He was receiving thousands of daily death threats. Players blamed him for ruined relationships, fired jobs, and shattered phones. As one anonymous player confessed,
"It was just a green pipe and a bird, but I broke my iPhone 5 against a wall and tweeted the developer that I was going to kill him."
if you were making $1 million a month, would you throw it away just to get a good night's sleep? Dong's mind was fracturing. He couldn't leave his house. The local Vietnamese press camped outside. They hounded him over baseless rumors. They claimed he was evading taxes. They claimed Nintendo was suing him for billions. Nintendo explicitly denied it. The tax authorities had no case. But the truth didn't matter. The noise was deafening. He had created something that hurt people, and he couldn't live with the guilt. So he made the decision. On February 8, 2014, he opened Twitter, and he fired the shot heard around the internet. 22 hours. It instantly turned a viral trend into a permanent, uncontrollable mythology. At the stroke of the deadline, the game vanished from the App Store. He thought pulling the plug would stop the noise. But deleting Flappy Bird didn't kill it. It only created a frantic black market where used iPhones with the game pre-installed were suddenly selling on eBay for $90,000. If you want to see how other digital manias ended in disaster, Built and Broken uncovers the truth every single week. Can you ever truly delete something from the internet? Or does killing it just make it immortal? For years, Dong retreated into the shadows. He made other small games. He stayed quiet. He let the world forget. To sever ties completely, he legally abandoned the Flappy Bird trademark. He wanted no part of it. No licensing, no re-releases, nothing. But in the corporate world, an abandoned trademark is a carcass. And eventually, scavengers arrive. By 2024, an entity called Gamatech Holdings noticed the lapse. They filed the paperwork. They snatched the name right out of the public domain. And then they announced the return of Flappy Bird. But this wasn't Dong's game. This was a hollow shell. The new project had deep ties to crypto, NFT, and the Solana blockchain. They were using the legacy Dong built to peddle Web3 monetization. The world assumed Dong had sold out, that he had finally cashed in. The backlash was immediate, and this forced Dong to do the one thing he swore he would never do again: break his silence. In late 2024, after 10 years of quiet, he issued a statement. He publicly disowned it. He confirmed he sold nothing. But the damage was done. By trying to kill the app, he had relinquished his power to protect it. And leading to where we sit today in August 2026, the corporate hijacking proves a bitter truth. He couldn't even kill his own creation. The monster he coded over a weekend is immortal. It just belongs to someone else now. Dong Nguyen sacrificed a fortune to bury Flappy Bird, but as of 2026, he is still haunted by its ghost. He deleted his masterpiece, but others kept the machine running. Much like a video rental empire that had the chance to buy its greatest rival, only to laugh them out of the room. That arrogance killed them. Next time, the $30 billion lie. Subscribe, you do not want to miss it.